Jesus Christ, lad, are you hungry?
Yeah.
You told me.
Yeah. Oh. I only had half a gingerbread house for my breakfast this morning.
Half a gingerbread house.
House?
Yeah.
A gingerbread house?
I didn't have half of it.
Just the extension.
You just literally said I only had half a gingerbread house, and then you said you didn't have half of it.
I didn't have half of it.
A wall?
No, just
a support beam?
No, just the flooring at the front.
Oh, right. Like the veranda?
Yeah.
The porch?
Yeah, like that.
Festive with some black pudding.
No, Haribo on it.
Sprinkled some sherbet on top.
It was already on there.
Right, it is the Christmas special podcast. We are here. Ross is currently digesting a gingerbread house that he's smashed. You had a Swizzles lolly for breakfast the other week.
Yeah.
Like one of them, the saucer shaped
ones.
What
was a sample, Paul?
It was like 10:30 in the morning and I come down, you should unwrap a lollipop. I'm like, go ahead. I mean, I get it. Christmas Day, where, you know, or Easter, when you're like, I mean, I'm too old to be eating chocolate for breakfast. But
how often do we get Swizzles lollipops in the office? It's just there.
Yeah. Okay, sound. No.
You provide energy to the workplace, you know.
It wasn't me who brought them in, but to be fair, like, it's good on them. Yeah. Good on them. Would you smash a lollipop at 10:30 in the morning, Chris?
Yeah.
Takes up coffee space, really, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's true as well.
Sad. Right, we've got a bit of a random one for you. We've done our finest Christmas apparel, and we're going to take some of the more random questions from you guys that we've accrued this
last week we were all in dreams and songs, and this week I'm doing the same as you.
Yeah, absolutely. We've clearly got great taste. That's what it is. So. Right, we've got a question there. It comes from James McHale. It says, which is the better 80s action movie, Top Gun or Die Hard?
Die Hard.
It's got to be Die Hard. I think Top Gun's fine. Like, it's a good film. But Die Hard? How is...
Top Gun's only better because I think there's a Top Gun drinking game.
Is there?
Yeah, every time you
see Tom Cruise's nipple,
yeah,
you have to down a shot.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's the only time I've
really enjoyed Top Gun. Every time Goose dies,
yeah,
you've got to do
shot. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But Die Hard, the Christmas film is much better.
Well, it tops out both categories. It's a better Christmas film and a better action film.
Did you see Bruce Willis came out on an award ceremony not too long ago and said categorically it's not a Christmas film?
What does he know?
What the fuck? I'm sorry, but it's like he can get.
Listen, he reads what people tell him to fucking read.
Yeah, very well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's like trying to find out a deeper tactical or understanding of the deeper financial models behind how football clubs run from like an academy player, isn't it? Like, I mean, it's
your initial reaction to one of those films. Do you fancy watching Die Hard? Yes, I do. Top Gun. No.
Do you watch? I mean, there must be people who do watch Die Hard at other points of the year, but I don't. I only watch it at Christmas. But here's one for you. What's your favourite film? It's a Christmas film. It's not necessarily a Christmas film, maybe other than Die Hard. Because I discovered recently, I'd forgotten about this, that Iron Man 3 is a Christmas film. It's set at Christmas. I was made up because I was like, we can watch Iron Man 3 in a random
Home
week.
Alone. It's a coming of age film.
I reckon they did one of the James Bond films. They're not Christmas films, but they're on every fucking Christmas.
There is films that have got a Christmas feel, like The Incredibles. You just a really good, solid family film can go into that category. The Gremlins films, or certainly the first one.
Can't watch them.
Really?
Scared me too much when I was a kid.
Sorry, Ross.
What did you say?
I don't watch them.
You don't watch them?
I've not watched them as an adult, but I was so frightened when I was a kid that I just will not. They are the reason that I go to sleep with socks on, because in my head when I was a kid, the Gremlins couldn't get me when I had socks on. So for years and years, I used to go to sleep with my socks on. I have got past it now. I am just saying this because it's slightly amusing to you two, but no, I haven't watched it since I was a kid.
Wow.
I don't really want to.
Good films.
I'm sure it wouldn't scare me, but yeah.
Very good films.
Last Jungle Book in there. Cool Runnings. All those kind of 90s,
wintery films. Yeah. People think of Groundhog Day as a Christmas film, but it's obviously not. It's because it's about the end of winter and whether there's more winter or not. So it's like a...
People think of Groundhog Day as a Christmas film, don't they?
Yes! Oh, Ross Shanley from outside the box. Andrew...
Did I tell you I had a haircut last Friday?
What? Okay. Andrew JB says, choice. Never eat bacon again for the rest of your life.
Well, let's stop you right there, matey.
Or every time you eat it, it has to be smothered in marshmallow fluff
Oh, for fuck's sakes. What would you do? Why?
It's off. Yeah, I mean, because you just ruined. You've basically not got bacon again. I mean, you could scrape the marshmallow fluff off, I guess.
I mean, you talk to a person who has fucking lollipops and gingerbread. That sounds amazing. I might have that tomorrow. I'm guessing if you're having... What's the difference between bacon and maple syrup and the bacon and marshmallows? You're still putting something kind of sweet on it. If you're having bacon, marshmallows and pancakes, I think you can get away with that. But every time you have bacon, it's ruined so many things.
What are you playing at?
You'll have to have a BLMT.
I love that.
What are you doing?
The look of just growing disgust and borderline anger on your face.
It's fucking ridiculous. Bacon's bacon, like, you know what I mean? Doesn't need anything else.
You'd rather not have bacon again?
Yeah. I would rather not have bacon again than have to live in a world where bacon is not bacon anymore.
But think of all the things you'd... Yeah.
Don't want to live
I'm missing it anyway. I'm not fancying fucking marshmallow in me mac and cheese. Thanks very much.
Just replace it with sausage, can't you? Really?
No comment. Andrew Shook, remember you can get your answers into any of these in the comments.
If you want, buddy. Won't judge you.
Andrew Shook says favourite and least favourite pizza, and just for a bit more information here, which is obviously, this is why he just wants to tell someone about this, I think. I just had a pizza that was a BLT. It was a bacon and tomato pizza with a Caesar salad on top. Top notch nosh. Love nosh. Fucking hell. That word only exists in 90s talking about blowjobs or the Beano, which is a very confusing time, particularly when you're heading into your teenage years. Love to hear your opinions on a BLT pizza first and foremost, Chris and Ross, because you're both foodies, and followed by what's your favourite and least.
I used to work in a place where we used to do chicken Caesar salad pizzas, and they were pretty nice. You know, don't go too heavy on the lettuce, but you know, you could get all the flavours in there. I think it's pretty nice pizza.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. Yeah. I like having something like a salad with a lasagna or a salad with a pizza or something like that. That's quite cool. Plus, you could also do like the braised fucking iceberg or something like that, couldn't you? So you could work it into it so it's warm as well. I'm totally okay with that. Favourite pizza? It depends what day. You know what I mean? Pizza's a mood thing, innit? You know what I mean? Sometimes you feel like an American hot, and sometimes you want a meteor. You know, it's just one of those things. You know that Nduja sausage. If you've had that, I think I've spoken about. Yeah, that's amazing on pizza. Yeah. It's amazing on pizza. Yeah, spreadable, spicy sausage.
Yeah, for me, the mood thing, it's either am I having a Domino's meteor or am I not having pizza? That's basically my two moods when it comes to that. Barbecue base stuff for me, because I've got a sweet tooth, so I like that, and I don't mind. And again, I'm sure people get enraged by it, which I find mad, but like, I don't pineapple on a pizza. I like because it breaks it up a little bit more. I find pizzas, overly savoury pizzas, to be a bit meh. It's a lot of food to eat that all taste the same.
Like, people are mad with like the pineapple on the pizzas and stuff. It's like you have a fucking red currant jelly with your pork. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like applesauce and pork.
Sweet and sour.
Yeah, and yet for some reason when it comes to pizza, and like gammon with fucking pineapple and eggs, amazing. Sugar. Every pub in the country sells it. Yeah. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Very good point.
Yeah, similar to that, actually, I went to a place in Manchester years ago and they did a duck and hoisin pizza, which had all that like cucumber and
Papa John's used to do that.
Yeah,
on Allen Road.
Really nice pizza. Worst one, even a veggie one's quite nice. I remember we had I think it was here actually. We've got a load of pizzas in. I just ordered like a veggie one, but like got all the veg on it. Still loads of flavour in it, but you might turn it up because it's got
just missing meat though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just a bit of chicken.
Just after veggie and add some pepperoni.
But it's full of flavour. But I think the worst one's fucking margarita, and it's just fucking boring.
Oh no, a good margarita.
A cheese pizza just for me.
A good margarita is amazing.
Yeah,
it is amazing.
Anything with mushrooms on for me is not.
Just a bit of beige, though. Oh, mushrooms, yeah.
Fungi on your fucking pizza, not for me. It's fine. If I have to, it's fine, but I wouldn't choose it. Irish Leaving asks, I should say, what was your specialist subject on Mastermind? Be not football related, but I'd also say better football related and non-football related.
Liverpool circa 96.
Liverpool 95, 96. Yeah.
Non-related. I mean, I don't think I'd win.
Nintendo 64 games between 95 and 96.
Yeah, probably 98, but yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have one. I wouldn't go on my stuff like that. I've got a fucking atrocious memory.
Yeah, same. Liverpool circa last weekend, I think, would probably have to be mine. The Fulham game, I kind of don't want to talk about. Probably non-footy. Fucking hell. The US office. I fucking seen that enough times, back to back. The fucking script, probably.
That's If there was a mastermind challenge to say every line from either Bad Boys, Ace Ventura, or Austin Powers, I reckon if that sing for your life kind of thing, like, you know, pick a song that you can sing without stumbling to save your life, gun to your head. I reckon I could. There's a handful of films I could literally play every part.
Coupling's probably the only one I could do that with.
Yeah.
I don't watch films over and over apart from Christmas films. I used to do it, but TV series I do occasionally, but now I just watch new stuff now.
I'd say Star Wars, but then you realise that you think you're a massive Star Wars geek and you fucking just not. There's so much more to
well, if you could pick it to the movies, like the original trilogy. I like the Back to the Future trilogy. I'm not sure there's a piece of trivia I don't know about those, so I'd probably go with something like that. Like, with a bit of thought, I could probably tell you all the seeds that have actually still got Eric Stoltz in as Marty McFly. You know, random shit. On Liverpool, I'd go Liverpool kits of the Premier League era would be my specialist subject, because there were years where I was absolutely obsessed, still am, but also, you know, that's the difference between me and my dad. My dad just can't stand the concept of football kits and sponsors and Liverpool's kit not being red with a white collar and that being it, and everyone just getting on with their lives. But no, I'm a bit mad on all that kind of stuff. Phil R, postgrad Phil, says you can only eat domestic food the rest of your life plus one foreign country. Which foreign cuisine are you choosing?
Italy.
Oh, Chinese.
Interesting. Indian.
I'm having pasta. I'm having pizza. And Italy do so much more than pasta and pizza as well. And the fucking wine's amazing. The beer's amazing. Yeah. They do croissants and they do all the little stuff with the pistachio cremas and all that type of stuff. They nail all of it.
I had a thought the other day when I was in Sayers and I was looking along at the selection of like cakes and stuff like that, and I was reminded of an episode of How I Met Your Mother where they talk about the cheerleader effect, and it's like a group of people who can look more attractive together in a group situation, and it's just in terms of the sexism, it works both ways, but it's like you can have a group of people who dress well, like a group of well-dressed men together can look attractive all together, when you realise everyone's just very average looking people. And I realised the Sayers thing about our cuisine. It's like, oh wow, look at a beautiful selection of cakes, and I thought back to like every patisserie I've ever been in, and like you walk into an out. Was it Strasbourg we stopped off on the Europa League trip?
We stayed there.
Yeah, and we went to like a patisserie in the morning. It was just the nearest one on the corner. Could have been the shittest one they had going, and it was the most gorgeous selection of pastries and all that kind of stuff, and I was like, this is what we've got. And I looked around at the Sayers, at the grime rubbed into the floor and all these fucking metal counters and everything about it was just so very English.
I mean, let's be honest, what the fuck's an ice finger? It's just a funny shaped burger bun with some fucking icing on.
It's a hot dog bun with icing. Great.
Fucking hell.
Genius.
Fucking knobheads. They must think we're fucking idiots. You know what I mean?
Nice,
gonna buy a fucking...
It's like when the American...
we got pink icing today, boys.
It's like I remember going to America for the first time and going, and because the food choice in America is out of this world, because they're a country that loves to eat. And I remember going, and you can have 15 different types of cheese, and it was like, and you can have this cheese, French cheese, English cheese, blah blah blah. You have American cheese. Well, when in Rome, I'll have American cheese.
You don't want to.
What's American cheese?
Just fucking cheese spread.
It's a Kraft slice. It's a fucking plastic square sheet of cheese.
They're not even allowed to call them cheese when they bring them to Europe, because there's not enough actual cheese in them.
Absolutely.
And that's why Kraft slices are called singles here and not cheese slices.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Right, okay.
Some people think Groundhog Day is a Christmas film.
I'm Yakko. No, it's not. The rule of three. If people aren't laughing on three, then it's not funny. Would you rather out-ski an avalanche or out-surf a tsunami? That's a belter of a question.
Fucking hell.
Right. Go on, Ross. You answer this one first.
What? Sorry, repeat that.
Out-ski an avalanche?
Yep.
Or out-surf a tsunami?
Ooh. Avalanche.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go for.
Wow.
That'd be yeah.
Chris?
It's a fucking tough question. It's a fucking tough question. I'm just thinking, like, is it guaranteed that you get to you get away?
Yeah,
so
you're out surfing or out skiing.
Right, so. but so what I'm thinking is this starting in the middle of the ocean, and am I surfing this for days to get away? Because mountains are just mountains. You can see the fucking end of them for a start. So I'm thinking, I want a pizza at some point. So I'll probably go the Avalanche because there'll be a pizza shop nearby.
Yeah, I was thinking of other people as well. An Avalanche might stop halfway down a mountain, whereas I might just ruin a whole fucking village.
Oh wow, yeah. Oh Ross, Mr. Magnanimous there. The great
can I go halfway and kind of snowboard away from an avalanche?
Sure. It's the surf thing, because surfing's just cooler than skiing, isn't it? It just you've got that thing of like, you've seen those videos of the big waves.
You've not seen me in a fucking pair of Speedos.
That's a little image.
And to kick us off at number 50, we're revisiting one of the biggest days in Klopp's first season. The Europa League final versus Seville didn't exactly go how we'd hoped that day. But before the game, the fan park in Basel gave us a little taste of what lay ahead in the years to come.
I can't believe that's only number 50, to be honest with you. I think anybody that was there, who was lucky enough to be there, will have ranked that higher, because that was the first time Liverpool were back on, the European stage, as it were, in a big final.
So obviously we took the longest route possible to Basel by driving it, which seemed such a good idea at the time.
Basel was amazing. It was the start of the European trips that we've become accustomed to now.
There's the sea of bodies, smiling faces, singing songs, and it was nothing. It was just a square with a sound system. There was nothing special about it, but it was the fans that made it special. There was just that overwhelming sense of joy.
Seeing everyone in that fan park and seeing what it meant to everybody and seeing how happy we all were and how much fun we were all having, that's what footy's about for me.
It just summed up what we missed as Liverpool fans, going over there and being part of this brilliant occasion.
It was one of the best trips I've had. It was incredible up until the final 45 minutes of the game, but the build-up itself, unbelievable.
Miriam says, what are you most looking forward to for Christmas?
Presents.
The giving and receiving of gifts. No, the receiving of gifts.
I really enjoy having all the family round and stuff on Christmas. We've been doing Christmas dinner in ours for a few years and stuff, and the kids have got the cousins coming around this year and stuff like that, so I can't wait for that.
Same, yeah, it's a family thing, isn't it? Everyone's brought down on the podcast, but everyone's had a shit year spending time with people that you're not sitting in the same fucking building for 10 months, I think is the one.
I genuinely love, because I love Christmas, love the whole build-up, love everything about it, but I love the fact that I get suckered into thinking that it's better than it is every year. Like every year, get to see the family, and then you end up in a situation where you realise that like family are the people who do your head in the most. So but that's the one thing I'm going to miss this year, because normally we'd go to my wife's family for this before Christmas, and then obviously mine around, and then there's half the family in Liverpool there, and then my family. We're not going to the family away, which is always my best time, because they stress her out but don't stress me out, because they're her family, not mine, and I just get to go and get bevied and relax, and the kids again play with the cousins, and
you get to go like the men go to the pub and stuff.
The men go to the pub and the women stay at home. It's Toryville, like you mean, but it's the benefits to that, and I like the fact that now they've gotten over the fact that I'm obviously a Scouser and don't share these things. We don't have those deep conversations, but we have stuff where like one of them goes, I can't drink in this pub. Let's go to the Connie Club instead. I'm like, can't go to the Connie Club. They'll stick me up in there. I won't leave there alive. But no, I'm gutted that we won't have that. But yeah, we'll make the most of it this year, which I'm looking forward to. I think that's the good thing about Christmas this year, is that it's nice that it's like a beachhead. Like you can go, okay, let's just get to there and take a breather, relax a little bit, hopefully see some people, and then go, okay.
And Brexit kicks in.
Oh yeah, thanks fucking hell, Ross, Jesus Christ. Right, sad. Oh, here's one. Hussein, or Hussassin, I should say. 11 says, best pool shot any of yous have ever done. Chris Pajak.
Oh, Bazinga.
Is
Yeah.
that what the video one that everyone's seen?
Yeah. It was made into a GIF. It's gone now. I've tried to find it so many times. Like,
Explain.
I no-looked Bazinga to win a game. It was fucking glorious.
We were out, weren't we, initially for the Liverpool West Ham game, and you stayed out in some mad East End London.
Well, it was boss because we beat them 4-0, didn't we? And then we were just bevying on a barge because they don't have no pubs at the London Stadium now, do they? So they basically just hired boats to come to down the canal. So we were just bevying on like 4 boats or whatever. Me and Nicky from West Ham Fan TV, Paul was there for a little bit, and the Brazilian West Ham YouTubers, because they are like the most prolific YouTube base ever for a football team. And then yeah, so you got off. I stayed out with them all night, like, and it was just a fucking crazy night, like, because like there was lads coming up to me going, just keep your eye on her, lad, she's fucking nuts, you know what I mean, like absolutely fucking wild. Neck turn around and she's fucking got a top off in the middle of the fucking ping pong club, and fucking honestly, and then they were like, she'll fucking jump on you, just be careful. She didn't even fucking jump on me. I felt really disappointed. But she was on fucking high alert. Yeah, so I'll beat Bazinga the pool.
Yeah, Bazinga is a famous YouTuber for those who aren't down with that, and not just a catchphrase from
I thought it was the name of the place.
Bang Average sitcom.
I'm not sure you follow that story up, Paul. I can make something. Anytime I beat the top,
really sly on
the ones
on the Big Bang Theory there, mate.
It's fine. It's fine. The best. There's a handful of ones. There's one that randomly stood out to me, and it's not nowhere near as celebrated, of course, as Chris smashing the internet with his one. But we used to play Killer a lot in the pub I worked in when I was at university. And so what you do at the end of the night, you'd stuff the pockets and you'd play Killer. And I remember playing it as doubles, and there was money riding on it, and I was bladdered. And the only way I'm good at pool is to be a few babies in. I was on the crest of a wave, the perfect amount of
4 pints for me is that wave.
Yeah, like just super confident, flowing, not overthinking any shots, and in the zone. And it came down to like a black ball game, and I was with this guy, and he was a bit of a skaghead, like, but it's the money meant a lot to him, and he was like, right, Paul, don't mess this up. And I went, don't worry, I've got this. And I bent down, looked at it, and finished it. Like, I would never have. I do that shot all the time. Just for a fucking laugh, and never make it, and absolutely finished it with a plum.
Like the idea of the Sheffield fucking Mr. Wendell. Fucking this shot doesn't mean a lot to you, but it means a great deal to me.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, he's probably dead now. Probably spent that money on something. But anyway, have you got? You're not gonna.
How did your game of Pro go last week with Paul that you put on Instagram?
Last week?
Yeah.
Well, yesterday.
It's a Christmas show.
Last week he lost 2-0.
Yeah.
I know you said not to speak of it again on Instagram stories, like, but I thought we might just bring it up.
Who said? Did I beat him? Or did he
last week? Yeah.
Yeah, he beat me when I put it on Instagram stories.
Oh,
did a poll about who would win?
Yeah, it was pretty even actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then.
Oh wow. So behind the scenes, you've got this whole thing going on, and then you stepped up, and I didn't, unbeknownst to me, I just beat you, and that was.
It's probably.
Well, I haven't done it.
I've saved that story from last week. It wasn't inside 24 hours ago, Paul.
Yeah. I haven't done that for a while, but obviously it's content, and then yeah. I did put my goals up though that I scored against Fabinho and Jota, yeah.
Oh well, it's good to know that our Instagram universe think highly of me. That's good to know.
Bob.
Paul, we never speak of this again. Sensational. Craig in Kent says, a traditional Christmas with snow and cold weather, or abroad to a sunnier climate and something different.
I've never done the abroad thing, and I don't really want to. Like, I'm not a summer
Sunshine
beach
person.
fucking. No, I'm not one of them anymore.
Yeah, I'll take cold and snow.
I
thought Qatar was going to be fucking dead out, and it wasn't.
Yeah, I had this.
What's that got to do with anything?
Oh,
That's what he did last Christmas.
That's what I did last Christmas.
I just thought Qatar was going to be dead hot.
Just this time, right? Yeah,
it wasn't.
Literally only fucking.
I know.
There was a moment because I booked a couple of days away for the family, and I did. Part of me just went, could I just put us on a plane somewhere warm for a couple of days, just to have a nice break between it being this and that. I don't think I'd want to be away on Christmas Day because that's crap, but there is a part of me that'd be like, if you could get a week in the build up to Christmas and get away from all like the madness and all that kind of stuff, that would be
Doesn't feel like Christmas though. I think you could have that build up of Christmas for it to be Christmas. Whereas
the problem is that again we work, obviously the job we do is very quite intense around what we do. You know, particularly from October to January, and then my wife being a teacher is finding a way to relax. It's very, very difficult to switch, and particularly when you're kids, it's very difficult to switch off over Christmas, and I've yet to find out what the answer is to that. So I've not tried the sunny climbs thing. There will be something to, I think, just going somewhere and sitting by a swimming pool with cocktails or whatever for a few days, and then coming back all relaxed to the madness and stress of Crimbo when everyone's jumping all over you. Yeah,
I've never been skiing. I'd love to do a skiing holiday around December time or something like that. Yeah, escaping avalanche. Why not? In a pair of Speedos.
Absolutely.
You could go to the World Cup next year for the England games and be back in time for Christmas anyway. So.
James O'Donoghue. James O'Donoghue says, what are you getting from Santa?
Money.
That's
what I've asked for.
Money.
Yeah.
Vouchers, got Woolies vouchers.
Yeah, for me fucking pick and mix for me fucking a year's supply. Yeah, I'm asked.
How many pans and ice scrapers are you getting this Christmas?
None this year, mate. My kitchen's all fully stocked. I got the last of the mermaid trays for my birthday. So I'm just going with music.
Nice.
Oh, do you know what I'm getting, which I found out, is a Baby Yoda, which is his name. I won't say his name for people who haven't watched it yet.
Carry on.
Okay, so remote control holder. Yeah.
A what? A remote control holder?
So it holds all your remotes and holds your PlayStation controller.
Oh, nice.
At the fucking same time, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's
like if you put them on like the side of the couch, will he just grab them with the force, put them inside himself?
Then you go, no. And then you go, Grogu.
Yeah.
And it goes, and you go,
I hope so.
I can't remember. I have this constant battle with my wife, and I ambush her.
It's called marriage, that means.
I ambush her. I Christmas ambush her, and stuff like I like to win Christmas. I like buying presents for people. I get a kick out of it more than I get out of getting stuff.
I look forward to my present then.
But okay, good. Should. Don't hold your fucking breath.
It's too late now anyway. It's Christmas in a couple of days. You've got time to go out.
Have a good Christmas.
Yeah. But no, I just Lucy and go, yeah, I've won Christmas this year big time. So she goes, oh, fuck. She's like, I've not even started yet. And I'm done. I've been done. You are gonna look like such a dickhead on Christmas Day when I bring out all your amazing presents and you fucked it. You've absolutely fucked it. And she goes, I shouldn't do it because it causes her a lot of emotional stress. But But yeah, well, I'll do that.
Small wins, Paul.
But yeah, it is. No, I can't. So to help out, I put a random load of shit on a list. So I have no idea what I'm actually getting. But if Santa's good, a couple of random footy shirts and stuff. It's a good show for me. Right. I think we know the answers to this one from Chris Pajak. What's your second favourite sport? But what is Ross Chanley's second favourite sport?
Women's football.
Still the same sport.
Wow. Fucking hell, he just went there. Jesus Christ.
Was it under 23s, would you? Yeah, go on.
No.
Do you watch women's footy?
I've been to a few games, yeah. Either on the telly or when I've been with either Lauren or Amy. I think took my daughter.
I must admit, there's a part of me with me having a daughter, I do think about like that. I've role models. I'd never really thought of it growing up about how having female leads in movies, because all the leads in the movies that I watched were all men and all the heroes were men and all that kind of stuff. So I never really, or all white men as well. So it never really occurred to me that to think of it otherwise. It's only when you notice it more recently that they've changed.
Fucking Jasmine in the new Aladdin is an incredible fucking role model for girls growing up and stuff like that. And you do notice it if you've got kids.
I said the one that stood out for me, it's just a tangent on it, was going to see Wonder Woman and my wife walking out of the cinema and doing like a high kick off the steps of the showcase bitches, and I was like wow, because it having someone that you can, it sounds mad, you can relate to Wonder Woman, but like we related to Luke Skywalker and we related to Michael Knight and we related to all these big heroes, and from the football perspective, of course women can we'll get into football at any level, but that there's an aspirational thing about seeing being able to see yourself in it, that I must admit, it fascinates me about maybe taking her to see women's footy.
She hates it when obviously I work at home and watch the football. Like, she loves Mo Salah to fucking bits, like it's fucking nuts. She likes playing it, but like going to physically go and watch it, and then obviously see the women in front of her. Like, I don't subliminally, I think she just likes it, like you just said. But it's good for her to go and actually watch something and never take it to a men's game because you can't. But when you call it, it's fucking too busy. It's a fucking lot of money. Whereas that one's it's an alternative. I joked about women's sport. Well, that's the only other thing that I think I'd watch. I'd tune to like Wimbledon or whatever, but then like just not arsed.
Is there another sport that you would you go, oh, that's coming up, I'll make a point of watching that? Because I've had loads of second sports over the years. Like I've had phases. So I had a phase when I was mad into baseball. I had a phase when I was mad into snooker. I had a phase when I was younger. I played cricket quite a bit, and I would always watch Wimbledon, and I had a phase where I was into, like, I'd watch rugby union. And if league was on, I'd watch a bit of that. A lot of it's circumstantial, who you're around and what you do to fill. But yeah, I at the moment, because I'd watch the wrestling if it was on, even though it's not a sport, it's entertainment. But you know what I mean. I don't really have that. Whereas because your NFL's yours, but then you've got
I watch
10 others.
I watch so much fucking sport. It's ridiculous. I literally watched the world. What is it actually called? The League of Darts final the other week, and that fucking Portuguese guy, they call him the special one because he's Portuguese and he's obviously come into the sport late and stuff like that. I'll just watch any live sport, mate. I just love it. Like, so I watch NFL, I watch Formula 1 religiously. I watch rugby union when it's on and it's the internationals. Don't like league, to be fair. Watch the. I'll just
F1.
watch. I'll just watch live sports. I love it.
Darts it would be a fucking cracking day out. That's one of my things. Would be fucking bucket list. Bally Pally or fucking Blackpool, whatever else, and just get dressed up and get smashed for fucking 10 hours. Be fucking cool. Yeah, but I wouldn't physically just sit down and watch it. Yeah, but I have the patience to learn a new sport.
Well, there's that definitely. I mean, that's what I'm lucky in some regards, is that I was sporty growing up, so I played loads of different sports, and so I have a base understanding. There's most sports I can drop in and I'm fundamentally get on. Like rugby was the last one. Rugby and NFL I struggled with until I literally had to go, right, I've got no choice. Everyone seems to be into this. I'm going to either sit and be bored in a corner or engage with it, and then I work out the rules, understand it, and then once you got that, you can get into it. But no, it makes a difference. It's the highlights, and that's the good thing about sport, is that, like, for example, there was the cricket a year ago where they had the England one. Was it the T20 with the super over at the end and all that kind of stuff, like, and being able to drop into an amazing moment of sport and understand the context of what you're watching and know what it is that's chasing. Yeah, that must admit, it's definitely.
I got in at the start of lockdown. Got back into the NBA for the first time in fucking years, since we probably used to watch it when we used to watch the baseball, Paul, because the NBA basically have like a game pass, which is the NFL equivalent, where you can watch all the games, and they were giving it away during lockdown. So I was like, I just downloaded it, and because it was the Michael Jordan documentary was on Netflix, I'd sort of caught the wind again of it and stuff, and I went back and they were putting all the old games on for free. So I was watching games from the fucking 90s with the Bulls that I'd not seen. Yeah. And I like, that's the thing for me. I just like live sports. I just like to see the winners and the losers and those emotions and stuff. So it doesn't matter if it's old. Yeah. It's if you're watching it for the first time, and I know a lot of people struggle with that. A lot of people can't watch something that they know the results of. Yeah. Well, it was a 25-year-old basketball game. I didn't know the fucking results. You know what I mean? It's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
I think it's slightly harder as well with giving footballs on like fucking every night as well. Like, you're trying to keep up with like the Premier League, which is part of your job as well.
And even to be fair, like my dad's mad on the cricket, so like, but we go around for Sunday dinner, and if between there's all like cricket on a Sunday, there'll be a test match on, or there'll be some 2020 or whatever on, or some one day stuff or whatever, and I've caught loads of bits and pieces of that because my dad will always have it on between the whatever matches I'm on during the Super Sunday stuff. So I've caught a lot of really good stuff. I like the highlights, but that's why I can't commit to another sport, because that's not what sport is. Sport is the grind. Like fandom is going through another set of highs and lows, which I haven't got the time or energy for, but I'm all in on jumping in on someone goes, well, there's a big fight. I wouldn't watch someone's boxing career, but I might jump in on a big fight periodically, or I'll jump in on a semi-final on Wimbledon, but I wouldn't watch a prelim. You know what I mean? And these days I wouldn't watch all the early rounds of the Masters. snooker or whatever.
I would. The Masters is one of my favourite sporting events of the year because it's on at the perfect time for England. Yeah. I tend to watch the US stuff more because the England stuff, it's like fucking starts on a fucking Friday when everyone's in work or whatever. It's a Saturday daytime when you're busy with the kids. So that's another thing for me where the American sport suits my lifestyle more. Yeah. I can watch it because the family are going to bed or whatever. Like,
I'd say, well, it's a good time. World Championship tag.
Amazing.
Oh my God, that's fucking, what a rush.
I can get in on that. I just, that or just watching loads of fails videos.
Honestly, watch the fucking axe throwing. Fuck me, no. there's oh, you know, you showed us that video the other week. I was watching it for hours the other night. I fucking hours, and you get in on the storyline, and just some fucking overweight fellas throwing axes at walls. But my word, is it fucking entertaining!
When I was a kid, we first got to Sky. There was a channel, and I can't even remember what it was called. I've been thinking it was like Trans World Sport or something, but it was one of the early numbers. But it was like a channel
followed by Ski Sunday, was it? Or was that
no, this is a channel. This is like there was a channel. It was along them lines, and it had all the most random sports. So it had
Eurosport.
Tractor pulling. No, Eurosport was like the next channel up. It had tractor pulling and monster trucks and speedboat racing and like mad. I remember Sky was needing to be taping a full tape of all these random funny car racing and drag racing and fucking everything.
Red Bull racing's quite good actually.
Yeah,
but people just make their own cars. Make their own shitty cars.
I actually know one of my friends is actually the best female pilot in the Red Bull. You know, the plane ones and stuff. Melanie Assels and Amy is like got all kinds of fucking sponsorships. So you know where we used to go in Monaco, my dad's best mate John Assels, it's his daughter, and she was kind of doing nothing with her life really for ages, and then she just decided when she was about 25 to 30 years old, she was like, I just want to go and be a pilot. It's what I've always wanted to do. I'm just going to go to do. She went to Paris to learn to become a pilot, managed to get to become a pilot, started to do like the commercial flights and stuff, was like, this isn't what I'm in it for, I want to do the fucking X Gamesy type stuff, and now she's literally one of the best in the world, like flying fucking airplanes. Just amazing. Like,
outstanding. Matt Purchase, what's the best Christmas song ever? Let's stir people up.
Ooh, Pogues.
Yeah.
Alright, never mind. That's the answer.
Those radio stations that fucking still play it, by the way.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, whatever. It's to me that act. If we spun the question to what's the Christmas song you actively try to avoid, it's the same thing. I mean, like I love that song that much that I got on my way to not listen to it until like the real run into Christmas. I remember us working behind the bar on Christmas Eve, and we in the weeks we refused to play it, and then Christmas Eve we played it once every hour, like on the hour we played that to get us through the Christmas Eve shift. But most like loads of the Sinatra and Dean Martin stuff for me, like that, or of course the Bublé Christmas album is
probably the best Christmas album. Yeah. Absolutely essential. Christmas tree getting decorated, the Bublé album goes on. Punk Rock Christmas by MXPX.
Oh god.
Amazing. Me Fist and Gimme Gimme's got a Christmas album as well. Brilliant.
Oh yeah, definitely check that out. Right, a couple of things I want to tell you all about actually. We've got a two-part special, or two-part Christmas special as it were, not necessarily Christmas themed, but it's the Jurgen Klopp, the best 50 moments of the Klopp era so far. 2 episodes, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day on the redmentv.com. Perfect time to sign up if you really want something to get in and lift your spirits and go through some just amazing highlights. And it's not just the simple things like, oh, it's just Liverpool beating Barcelona. Really drilling down into some funny moments, some really heart-moving moments and all that kind of stuff. That I can't wait for you to see that show. So if you really need something to keep you entertained over the festive period, then do go and sign up to the redmentv.com and get the 50 best moments of Jurgen Klopp special, narrated by James Sutton nonetheless. So yeah, it should be very good. And we've got one thing to remind you of as well. It's between Ross and Chris right now. If you want to win the signed Jordan Henderson
what a prize.
Hard game of hide the sausage. If you want to win our signed Jordan Henderson t-shirt, then get it. Sign up as a club legend on the redmentv.com. You get access to the Klopp show, get access to all the other amazing content that we make in video and in podcast form, and you're entered automatically into the prize draw to win a signed Jordan Henderson Champions t-shirt. It's an absolute unique item. No other ones of these in the whole wide world. And not just do you get the chance to win it, but you also get amazing entertainment. So what more could you ask for?
Don't forget you've got a fictional annual show on Christmas Eve as well called Top of the Clops, where we each sing a Christmas song. It's going to be amazing.
Oh my God, why did we not think to do that? That would have been amazing. That's not a thing, by the way. But if you want it to be next year, it can be. Gents, thank you so much. Have a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year. We, of course, will be making plenty of content, but we are taking a little bit of a break this week, so we'll be back for the game after Boxing Day, West Brom. So make sure you stay tuned back in for that on the YouTube channel, and the podcast will return after the festive period. But yeah, have a wonderful time, wonderful Christmas, a wonderful end to a shitty year, and hopefully it can continue to be amazing for the mighty Liverpool FC.